image of me like barbecuing like happily outside while my wife is like burning all my guitars and clothes and stuff.
So it's the Radio X Evening Show. It is Monday night. My name's George Godfrey, and tonight we've got some exciting news because Murph from the Wombats here. How are you doing, mate?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really well, and it's really good to have you on the show with some exciting news because we've got a new tune. Do you want to tell us a little bit about If You Ever Leave, I'm Coming With You?
Yeah, it's like the first kind of proper single from our new album, which comes out in January, and it's kind of about being so blissfully unaware that you don't know when your family's leaving you.
Okay. Cheery subject there.
Yeah. No, but it is pretty fun. I don't know. I just had this idea in my head at the start of like the pandemic and lockdown, like the strain of everyone's relationships and like the divorce rate was skyrocketing in the US. And I had this image of me like barbecuing like happily outside while my wife is like burning all my guitars and clothes and stuff. So yeah, that was where the song kind of came from.
I mean, that's some dream, I guess. Did you wake up in a cold sweat or what? Like,
yeah, I was pretty much, yeah.
Well, I do like how, like, musically, it sounds very much kind of the opposite vibe of that. It's pretty upbeat. It sounds like you've really thrown the kitchen sink at this one in terms of production. Is that the case?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, this one took a bit of like wrangling, and I don't know if it's indicative of, you know, the sound of the whole album, but it's definitely one of, you know, it's a bit of a very enjoyable punch in the face.
Nice, I like that. That's the line right there.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it then, and then we'll come back and have a chat, Murph. This is new music from the Wombats. First play here on Radio X. This is If You Ever Leave, I'm Coming With You. So it's Radio X. This is the evening show. We've got brand new music there from the Wombats. If You Ever Leave, I'm Coming With You. My name's George Godfrey, and Murph from the band's here tonight. We were just saying, like, you know, this has got like this massive production on it, and I do like how in kind of like your more recent work with both the Wombats and with Love, Fame, Tragedy, you have been experimenting a little bit more with the electronic side of things. Is that something that you deliberately wanted to do going into this new album?
No. I mean, yeah, for Love, Fame, Tragedy, it's fun. I can try and do whatever, and you know, there's no issue really. But for the new Wombats album, it was like there was maybe this LCD sound system James Murphy thing that was coming through in some of the earlier songs, and I think we wanted to bring that to the forefront, as well as some like David Byrne and like Bowie stuff that was happening. But as I say, I don't know if this particular that song we just heard is indicative of the sound of the album. All over that one's kind of like, you know, it's like The Weeknd meets the Wombats with a bit of like Burn the Witches at the end. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I like that. Well, if that's kind of a sound on itself in the album, what kind of thing are we expecting for the rest of it? Are we going like guitars up? Are we going to hear more of that side of you?
There's a lot of kind of like 90s, like almost grungy inspired stuff mixed with this LCD sound system thing I was talking about, and quite a lot of trumpets actually.
A bit of trumpets, nice.
I think there's 3 songs with brass on them. So, and there's a song with spoken word on it as well, which was a pretty bold move. But yeah, no, we've definitely. We threw the baby out with the bathwater with this one.
Do you find yourself, like, I don't know, at this stage in your career where you are happy to just kind of experiment and play around with those ideas, that there isn't like an expectation, almost a pressure?
Yeah, a little bit. I certainly felt that on the last album. It's like my kind of MO these days is, you know, just do things that resonates with me, and hopefully then that will resonate with other people. Like, you know, and you know, I want us to be a band that stays around for a long time and like has our own kind of niche. So that's kind of what I'm focused on, rather than trying to write the biggest banger in the world. But then maybe sometimes by not focusing on writing the biggest banger in the world, sometimes you might just write a banger. Well, the new album's going to be out in January. It's called Fix Yourself, Not the World. Is there anything like behind the title of that? No, I think, I mean, it's an idea maybe sparks a kind of conversation. But if I could have called it like, maybe you should only point the finger outwards as much as you're willing to point the finger inwards. That's what I would have called it, but it's not a very good title. That.
I mean, if you say so. It's going to be your fifth album, and recently on the show, actually, we were talking a lot about the beginning of the Wombats, and we were doing our classic album feature with A Guide to Love, Loss and Desperation. And I did want to ask, sort of like, when you look back on that time now, like how does that album feel for you? Do you go back and listen to it very often? Do you still like enjoy those songs?
I don't go back and listen to it. I'm really proud of it, but my general kind of we were so young, like early 20s, and my general, what I remember the most about it was like, oh my God, I had so much serotonin like pumping through my body. It was like we were so excited, so excitable. We'd be doing 3 gigs a day if we could, and we were just having like so much fun. And when I do listen, and the occasions I hear those old songs back, it does sound like we're all cranked up to 11 energy-wise across the whole thing. And I sound like a little Yorkshire Terrier just barking at you for about 50 minutes. So yeah, maybe over time we've kind of matured in certain areas and learned to kind of harness that energy and use it at the right places rather than just all the way through.
Yeah. Do you find yourself, I don't know, having to do like a special kind of warm-up before you play those songs live?
Oh man. Well, yeah, they're just so high in my voice. I have to, like, I mean, generally my day consists of like going to the gym, having a glass of wine, warming up and going on stage. And that's pretty much like every day. Otherwise the wheels start to fall off.
Fair enough. I mean, you've got to look after yourself at the end of the day. And speaking of the live shows, mate, you're going to be back with your own arena tour. That's happening in April next year. You've got some massive shows and festivals. How excited are you to get back out there after, the year that we've had, the 18 months that we've had away from live music?
Yeah, and it all starts in like a week with Reading and Leeds and stuff. And I have a multitude of feelings and thoughts around it. Like, I'm so excited to be out there and to be playing festivals or even at a festival. I'm kind of slightly nervous as well. And yeah, I mean, I think we all just need this now, don't we? So yeah, I'm excited.
Do you think you'll have time to kind of enjoy those festivals as a punter and to go and watch some bands that you've been loving that you've maybe not had the opportunity to?
Honestly, probably not.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
But I don't know until I'm there. But I'm, it's like I need to be very safe and take care of myself because I don't want to get ill and not be able. If I get ill, I can't come back to the US. And like, I've got a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old and a wife and 2 kind of insane dogs, and I need to get back here for them. So I'll probably be playing it relatively safe.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough, man. I'm going to let you go soon, but we've got a little tradition on the show, and it kind of relates to what we've been talking to with the live side of music. So we've got a collection going that's all about gig memorabilia, and I've been asking guests when they come on about those things that they've held on to over the years from some of the gigs that they've been to or the ones that they've played. So, we've got everything from a stub from the first Strokes tour that Simon from Biffy's got. We've got a Mike Joyce drumstick. We've got weirdly Dappy from N-Dubs' Air Force Ones. Is there anything that you've held on to from a gig that you've seen and just thought, I need to keep this. This is going to remind me of tonight?
Nothing is kind of exciting. Well, I mean, I did this weird show with Mick Jones from the Clash in Liverpool. Like, he wanted me on stage for a song, and we did something about a car. Anyway, we did
Brand New Cadillac
together, and Brand New Cadillac, and I got him to sign the set list, and it's framed and it's up there somewhere. But
nice
things from really. I can't remember. I mean, my first gig was Radiohead, and I dyed my hair red. So if I could have kept the lock of that would have been nice.
Radio X.